Hello, welcome to my videos on my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the NFL 2024 season, Week 11 scores, where this weekend was played the Week 11 on NFL 2024 season. So, for that reason, I'm going to talk about what happened in this week, the games that were played, the scores, and who are the NFL standings are in both conference after 11 weeks of games. So let's start. Well, remember that it was another bye week for four teams, where this time the Arizona Cardinals, the Carolina Panthers, the New York Giants, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers didn't play. So for that reason, there were only 14 games to watch. So let's start. The season started the last week, the last Thursday, in the Thursday Night Football, in a divisional game where the Philadelphia Eagles, defeated the Washington Commanders 26-18. This was a very close game, and I think that the Commanders play a great game. But in the end, the Eagles show why they are the better team than the Commanders, and the Eagles are one of the favorites to win the NFC. This game was very close, where the Commanders were leading the game 10-6 in the end of the third quarter, but in the fourth quarter is when the Eagles played his best football of the game, where they scored 20 points. The Commanders only scored 8 points, and this was the difference. And the Eagles won the game 26-18, and they took the lead of the conference with the record of 8-2, and the Commanders fell to a second place with a record of 7-4. And in the games that started the next Sunday, the first game, the Miami Dolphins defeated Las Vegas Raiders 34-19. This was a complicated game for the Dolphins, even that they dominate this game. Tua Tagovailoa played a tremendous game where he threw 3 touchdowns, and the Dolphins were the better team that the Raiders. Even that the Raiders played a tremendous game, I'm not gonna to lie. In the end of the third quarter, the Miami Dolphins were leading the game 24-13, only 11 point difference, and the game was very close. But in the fourth quarter is when the Dolphins play better, where they outscored 17-7 the Riders, and this was the difference that they increased the lead and they won the game 34-19. With this victory, the Dolphins improved to a record of 4-6, and the Raiders fell to a record of 2-8, and they are eliminated. In another funny game, the New Orleans Saints defeated the Cleveland Browns 35-14. This was a very funny game because the two teams are eliminated. The Saints are trying to enter to the playoffs, but it looks very difficult. And the Browns are eliminated because they are one of the worst teams in the league. The game was very close because in the end of the third quarter, sorry, the game was tied 14-14, and I thought that this game was going to be defined in the last second, if not in the last play of the game or in overtime, because this game was very funny, how I told you, and very close. But the difference was that the Saints play a tremendous game in both sides of the ball in the fourth quarter, where they scored 21 points. They didn't allow any points, and they won the game 34-14. With this victory, the Saints improved to a record of 4-7, and they are trying to win the NFC South. It looks difficult, or try to enter to the playoffs as a wild card. That it looks more difficult. And the Browns fell to a record of 2-8, and they are eliminated. In another game, this was a funny game. The Indianapolis Colts defeated the New York Jets 28-27 as a away team. This was a funny game. The Colts started very the game where they were leading the game 13-7 in the halftime, where the Jets made his first down in the last minutes of the second quarter, and is when they scored his first touchdown of the game. In the third quarter is when the Jets play his best football, where they won this quarter 10-3, and they were leading by only 1 point difference, 17-16 in the end of the third quarter. The fourth quarter was very close, where the Jets took the advantage of the game, but in the last drive of the game, the Colts scored the winning touchdown. the winning of the field goal, I don't remember, but they scored in the last position of the game, and they won this game 28-27. With this victory, the Colts improved to a record of 5-6, and the Jets fell to a record of 3-3-A, and they are eliminated because it looks very difficult that they can qualify to the playoffs. And even they are playing a very bad football. In another game, the Tennessee Titans lost against the Minnesota Vikings 13-23. About this game was closer than what it looked like in the score because the Titans play a very great game, but the Vikings defense played a tremendous game where they only allow 30 points. In the halftime, the game was, how I told you, the Titans play a hard game, but they couldn't compete against the Minnesota Vikings, especially in the defense side. And the Vikings won the game 23-13. With this victory, the Vikings improved to a record of 8-2, and the Titans fell to a record of 2-A, and the Titans are eliminated. In another game, in a divisional game, the Green Bay Packers traveled to Chicago where they defeated the Chicago Bears 2019. This wasn't a very great game play for the Packers in all the unities, but the most important is that they win this game, even that they play a very bad game. And the Chicago Bears, they play a good game, but they didn't enough to win this game. The big difference was that the Chicago Bears had the opportunity to win this game with a field goal in the last second of the game, in the last play of the game, but the Packers special team blocked the field goal and they won the game. And they won the game 2019 with this victory. The Packers improved to a record of 7-3, and the Chicago Bears fell to a record of 4-6, and they are eliminated because they are in the bottom of the NFC North, and this is very competitive, and they are out. In another game, the Detroit Lions didn't have any problem, and they defeated and accumulated the Jacksonville Jaguars 52-6. The Lions showed that in this moment, in my opinion, they are the best team in the NFL. They outscored 46 points the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they have the game over or finished in the halftime where they were leading 28-6. The Lions scored the 5 touchdowns in the first 5 drives. So this was amazing. How I told you, the best player was Sheriff Wolf that he threw by 4 touchdowns. Well, remember that 1 week ago he had thrown 5 interceptions. In another funny game, the Los Angeles Rams traveled to the East Coast where they defeated the New England Patriots 28-22. This was a very close game, and the Patriots play a great game, but in the end, the Rams showed that they are a better team than the Patriots, and the Patriots are in a process to become a good team. I remember that before this week, I predicted that the Rams were gonna to lose this game because remember that the Rams in the beginning of the season they traveled to Chicago and they lost that game, but this game was different where they always had the game under control. They were leading in the halftime 14-10, and in the third quarter is when they make another difference where they to the score 14-3. They were leading 28-13 in the end of the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, the Rams relaxed its football, and the Patriots took advantage of that, and they also scored 9 points. The Patriots had the opportunity to win this game where they had the last drive, but Matt Drake May threw an interception, and the Rams won this game 28-22. This is a valuable victory for the Rams. They improved to a record of 5-5, and the Patriots failed to a record of 3-8. The Patriots are eliminated, and the Rams are in the hunt to enter to the playoffs and to win the East Division, the NFC West. In another game, one of the best games in a divisional game, my favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, defeated the Baltimore Ravens 18-16. This was a typical game between the Steelers against the Ravens, and a typical AFC North game, where this game was dominated by the defense and the special team, where the Russell Wilson didn't play a very good football, but he did enough to win this game. The Steelers offense didn't play a very good football, but they moved the ball, where the Steelers special team took advantage of that. They the Chris Boswell, the Steelers kicker, made 6 field goals out of 6 goals, and he won this game. The Ravens offense couldn't do anything. The Lamar Jackson only threw by one touchdown and 1 interception, and the Steelers won the game 18-16. In this, how I told you, the best player, the best here was the special team and the defense from the Steelers, where they took advantage because the Ravens they did 3 giveaways, where they threw by they had 2 fumbles, 1 interception, and the Steelers took advantage of this. So with this victory, the Steelers improved to a record of 8-2. They are leading the AFC North, and the Baltimore Ravens fell to a record of 7-4 and to the second place. In another divisional game, the Seattle Seahawks traveled to Santa Clara, California, and defeated the San Francisco 49ers 2017. Remember that these two teams had played in the week 5 or 6, where the 49ers traveled to Seattle and they won that game. About this game, I thought that the San Francisco 49ers were going to win this game because they started to winning the game. They were leading in the fourth quarter 17-14, and again his defense didn't play a very good football, and the 49ers lost against another game that they had under control. With this victory, the Seattle Seahawks improved to a record of 5-5. They are in the second place in the NFC West, and the 49ers have the same record 5-5, but they fell to a record the same record 5-5, but they fell to the bottom of the division because they have a 1-3 record in the division. So the 49ers aren't playing a very good football, especially the defense side, and for that reason they have this record. And in another game, the Denver Broncos didn't have any problem. They defeated and humiliated the Atlanta Falcons 38-6. The Broncos were the best team of this game. They dominated the Atlanta Falcons in both unities, and they won this game easily. They were leading 21-6 in the halftime, and in the fourth quarter, in the second half, they scored another 17 points. They didn't allow any more points from the Falcons, and they won the game 38-6. About the Broncos, his quarterback Bo Nix played his best game of the his best game in this season, where he threw by 4 touchdowns. He played tremendous football. With this victory, the Broncos improved to a record of 6-5, and the Falcons fell to a record of 6-5. They are still leading the NFC South, but they need to start to put attention of this. If not, they're going to miss it. In the best game of the week, with the two out of the 3 best teams of the league, the Buffalo Bills defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 30-21. This was a very close game, and was defined in the last minutes of the fourth quarter, where Josh Allen played a very great football. Patrick Mahomes threw by 3 touchdowns, but also he threw by 2 interceptions. And in the end, the Buffalo Bills took advantage that they were playing home, and they won this game. The big difference, I think, was that the Buffalo Bills offenses didn't make a lot of errors. The Kansas City Chiefs offenses didn't play a very good football, and for that reason they lost the game. And also that the Kansas City Chiefs defense didn't play a very good football because they allowed for first time in the season 30 points, and this was the difference, and they lost the game. With this victory, the Bills improved to a record of 9-2, and the Kansas City Chiefs fell to a record of 9-1. The Chiefs are still leading the AFC conference. So be careful, because the Bills are going to be in the hunt to win the first place. And in the Sunday Night Football, in a very tremendous game, the Los Angeles Chargers defeated the Cincinnati Bengals 34-27. This game we can divide into sides. In the first half, the Chargers dominate the game. They have the game under control, and they were leading, and they were humiliated the Cincinnati Bengals 24-6. I thought in the halftime, I told myself, oh man, this game was over, because the Chargers had the game under control, and the Bengals didn't look how they're gonna to fix this game. But in the second half, I think that the Chargers relaxed its football. The Bengals took advantage of that, and they put the game on the motion, where they tied the game in the fourth quarter. And the Bengals had 2 opportunities to win this game, where his kicker Cameron Dicker missed missed two. No, sorry. His kicker, Evan McPherson, missed two field goals. This was something strange because he's a very great kicker. He had the opportunity to win this game, the Bengals, and they couldn't. And the Chargers had his last drive. They scored a touchdown and they won the game 34-27. With this victory, the Chargers improved to a record of 7-3, and the Bengals fell to a record of 4-7. And it looks like that they are far away to enter to the playoffs, and maybe they're gonna to miss it. And the week finished close with the Monday Night Football that was played yesterday with a Texas game where the Houston Texans traveled to Dallas and they defeated the Dallas Cowboys 34-10. The Houston Texans had an easy game where they were leading in the end of the first quarter 14-0. I thought that in that moment the game was over, but the Dallas Cowboys improved a lot in the second quarter where they would score the Texas 10-3, and the Texans were only leading by 7-point difference by one touchdown, 70-10. But in the second half, the Texans played better in both sides of the ball. They didn't allow any point from the Cowboys. They scored another 17 points and they won the game 34-10. They returned to the victory. With this victory, the Texans improved to a record 7-4. And the Cowboys, what I can say about them, the Cowboys fell to a record of 3-7 and they are eliminated. So, who are the NFL standings after 11 weeks of game? Let's start with the AFC. With the AFC East, the Buffalo Bills are going to win this division. They have a record of 9-2. They have 5-game advantage against the Dolphins, or 6 because they won the both games, and they have six straight victories. The Dolphins are there trying to enter to the playoffs. In this moment, it looks difficult, but they improved to a record of 4-6. They have a back-to-back victories, and they are 2 games behind 500. And the Jets and the Patriots are eliminated. They have a record of 3-8 and they are eliminated both teams. In the AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs lost its first game of the season. They have a record of 9-1. They are in the first place in the AFC, all the AFC, but they are not playing a very great football, especially in the offense side. The Chargers that won the Sunday night in a dramatic game in the Sunday Night Football, they improved to a record of 7-3. In this moment, they are in the playoffs and they have 4 victories. The Broncos are in playoffs. They are the last spot in the playoffs in the AFC. They improved to a record of 6-5. The Raiders that lost, they have a 6 straight losses. They are eliminated. In the NFC North, my favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, are leading this division with a record of 8-2. They have 5 straight victories. This is amazing. Nobody was talking about the Steelers before the season, but they are there. Be careful with the Steelers. The Ravens that they couldn't defeat my Pittsburgh Steelers, they fell to a record of 7-4. And the Bengals, they have a back-to-back losses. They have a record of 4-7. They are playing a very good football in the offense, but not in the defense side. They are still have possibility to enter to the playoffs, but the gap is closer every time, and maybe they are going to be eliminated. And the Cleveland Browns are eliminated, and they are one of the worst teams in the league. And the AFC South, the Houston Texans are leading this division with a record of 7-4. They have 3-game advantage against the Colts because they won both games on in the season. And the Colts are trying to enter the playoffs. They are only 1 game behind the 500s, and the Titans and the Jaguars are eliminated. In the NFC, start with the NFC East, with the Eagles defeated the Commanders in the Thursday Night Football, and for that reason the Eagles improved to a record 8-2. They have 6 straight victories, so be careful with the Eagles. The Commanders fell to a record of 7-4. 2 weeks ago they were leading this division, but they have a back-to-back losses because they lost against 2 contending teams, my Steelers and the Eagles. And the Cowboys and the Giants, both teams have 5 straight losses, are eliminated. In the NFC West, this is a very close division, and this is a very exciting because all the teams have possibilities to enter to the playoffs after 11 weeks. So the Cardinals that didn't play this week have the best record, 6-4. They have 4 straight victories, and they are leading this division. The Rams, the Seahawks, and the 49ers have a record of 500. The 49ers are in the bottom because they have the worst record in the division, but this division is still very close, and any of these 4 teams can still qualify. In the NFC North, the best division of the NFL, the Lions are leading this division with the record of 1. They have 8 straight victories, and in my opinion, they are the best team in the league in this moment. The Vikings are in this moment in in the playoffs. They are the best wildcard team. They have a record of 8-2, and they have 3 straight victories, even that they are not playing a very good football in the offense. And the Packers that won this week, they didn't play a very good week against the Packers. They improved to a record 7-3, and they are in the playoffs in this moment. And the Bears are eliminated because they 4 weeks ago they were in playoff zone. They were playing a very good football, but they have 4 straight losses, and they are eliminated. And the NFC South. So the Atlanta Falcons are leading this division with the record of 6-4, but they had a back-to-back losses, and be careful because the Buccaneers and the Saints are in the hunt. The Panthers even all these teams have the still possibilities to win this division because the Falcons are not playing a very good football. But I think that the Buccaneers will be the only teams that can compete against the Falcons to win this division. They have a record of 4-6. They are 3 games behind the Falcons. They have 4 straight losses, but Mike Evans is gonna to return. And the Saints and the Panthers, even that both teams have a back-to-back victories, I think that both teams are eliminated. So you can see here that in this moment, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Steelers, and the Texans are leading their division respectively, and they are qualified, and they are going to qualify to the playoffs. And the Chargers, the Ravens, and the Broncos are the 3 best wildcard teams. And the Colts, the Dolphins, the Bengals are in the hunt. I think that these are the only 3 teams that are going to compete to the playoffs. And the Jets, Patriots, Browns, and Titans, Raiders, and Jaguars are eliminated. And the NFC, the Lions, in my opinion, are the best team of all the league. The Lions, the Eagles, the Cardinals, and Falcons are leading their division respectively. And the Vikings, the Packers, and the Commanders are the wildcard teams. And in my opinion, the only teams that are competing 22 playoffs are the Rams, the Seahawks, the 49ers, and the Buccaneers, and the rest of the teams are eliminated. So, in this video, I talk about what happened in the NFL 2024 season, week 11, the scores, and who are the NFL standings through our 11 weeks of games. So, I hope you like this video, and if you have any comment or suggestion, you can lend me any comment or suggestion in any of my social platforms, in Substack, Spotify, or YouTube channel. So, this is all for today. See you next video. Gibran.